my soul friends, this is Emery and welcome to the video. Today I'm going to help you seize the day for yourself, whether that is a particular day upcoming in your life or just the general day-to-day of your life. That way you can manifest the best future possible. In order to receive your message from the universe, all you need to do is pick one of these 4 piles, and on each pile is a crystal that I'm going to show you up close. Whichever crystal triggers something within you, a feeling, a thought, an emotion, that is a sign that you have a message in that pile. So let's go ahead and see each of these crystals. The first crystal is the Amazonite crystal. The second crystal is clear quartz. The third crystal is tiger's eye. And the fourth and final crystal is fluorite. So whichever crystal called out to you, that is your message. To get to your message, you can click on the timestamp in the video bar, or you can go down to the description or the comments of this video to click on your link. So go ahead and find your timestamp and let's get started. Hello, pile 1, my Amazonite pile. We are going to go ahead and get started by pulling for 3 cards from the Mystic Mondays Tarot deck, just to get a general idea about what you need to know on seizing your day. So, universe, what does pile 1 need to know about seizing their day? What does pile 1 need to know? Universe, what does pile 1 need to know? All right, your first card is the 7 of Wands reversed. This is a card about not having to stand up for yourself because things aren't as difficult as they've been in the past. So this is telling me that either right now you're transitioning into this energy or in the near future, things are going to get a little bit easier for you. You're not going to have to try so hard. And as soon as you feel that energy, that is a sign that you need to make the most of it, because you are going to be able to achieve amazing things without a lot of obstacles. A great sign. Let's get your second card. Universe, what does pile 1 need to know? All right, your second card is the 6 of Cups. This is about turning back from nostalgia or the past. I think in order to seize the day and manifest the future you want, you need to not think about the past so much. Now, there are probably some wonderful things that have happened in your past, and I'm not telling you to let go of those things, but anything that's causing you pain or anything that you're obsessing over, you need to let it at least fade from your mind at least a little bit. That way you can focus on your goals, the present moment, anything that you need to focus on in order to succeed. Now let's get your third card. What does pile 1 need to know? Oh, this card popped out for me, and this is the 2 of Wands reversed. Okay, so for me, the 2 of Wands card is a planning card, and when I'm seeing it reversed, pile 1, that means you need to not focus too much on the future, not trying to plan for a particular thing that happens. Now, I'm not saying you shouldn't plan at all, but you shouldn't have your plans be so detailed. You should really be focused on being mindful and on being present and working with what you're given. So there are some ways that you can help transition into this energy. One of them is meditation. Another one is gratitude. You can write something that you're grateful for each day. And you can also maybe allow yourself to change your mind. And what all these things do is it helps you focus on the present and not so much on the future. I have seen people who are so focused on like a future goal or a future career that they ignore any signs the universe sends them in the present that their destination isn't actually going to make them happy. So the more you focus on the present, It's not that you're disregarding the future, but you're paying attention to these signs in the environment that the universe is sending you. That way you can pivot from there. So, pile 1, for you to seize the day, what you need to do is accept that glorious energy where you aren't being attacked, where you aren't having to defend yourself. That is coming soon. That is a gift the universe is giving you. You need to not focus so much on the past. You need to let go of hurtful things, focus more on the present, and you need to not be so detailed with your future plans. Really be mindful of the present moment, meditation, gratitude, and just leaving your options open. So this is a pretty exciting spread for you so far. Let's go ahead and pull 4 cards actually from the Oracle decks. The first 2 are going to be from the Work Your Light Oracle deck to see what sort of energy you have to work with in your daily life. So universe, what does pile 1 need to know? Okay, your first card is protection, with the wisdom message of call back your power, cut the cords, soul retrieval. This is definitely a repetition and an echo of the 6 of Cups reverse card. I do think that either you're a little bit tired right now, or you've been spending too much of your energy in some place, perhaps on a future that you may or may not want because it's based off of your feelings of the past. But you really need to be mindful again, and one way that you can do that is calling back your power, focusing on yourself, some self-care, and really just thinking of yourself right now. It's not selfish to care about yourself. You don't want to make you the responsibility of someone else. You should be the person that is responsible for yourself first. And if you're doing that, if you're showing yourself compassion and you're calling your energy back to yourself, you're focusing on the present, you are going to be able to embrace that responsibility, and you're going to be able to be more in control of your life and seize the day for yourself. So let's get your second oracle card. Universe, what does pile 1 need to know? The second oracle card from this deck is Imrama, with the wisdom message of where are you being called to journey to? Now this is a great card. It does come with some caveats. So there is a future that you're possibly being called towards. You may or may not recognize it right now, but I do think that focusing too much on the details, trying to create a really specific plan is going to be harmful. And I think this is the universe telling you that you need to listen to your intuition more. I think when you create too many plans, you are creating like this artificial noise in your life that is making it difficult for you to pivot from. So yes, you do have a specific future that the universe is hoping that you're going to trend into, that you're going to manifest. It's going to be a beautiful future. It's going to be meaningful. But there does seem to be some resistance in your pile. Perhaps you've created other goals for yourself that are antagonistic towards that future, and it would make you unhappy. So the more mindful you are, the more you're going to be able to listen to the intuition and the signs and symbols that are sent your way. So really, really exciting. Now let's pull 2 cards from the Super Attractor Oracle deck to see any other encouraging messages the universe has for you. All right, universe, what does pile 1 need to know? Okay. Oh. Well, this is definitely your card. This card has the wisdom message of, I trust that my powerful intentions combined with my faith are enough to allow my vision to become my reality. Okay, so we really need to pay attention to this card. It's not saying that your detailed plans are going to be what helps you succeed. It's actually going to be your intention and your faith in the universe. So it's a good idea to have a goal. You should have a goal. That goal may change as you learn more things. But if you have a goal, you are going to be going in a direction, a specific direction. You are not going to get distracted unless the distraction the universe sends you is meant to be. And it's also going to let you trust that any side quests along the way were meant to be. You're going to eagerly accept them because you're not going to be afraid that you're breaking your plan. Your plan is to have an intention. Your plan is to trust the universe and trust your intuition. Because if you do that, your beautiful future is going to come to be. Your beautiful day is going to come to be. So remember, whether this is about a specific day in your upcoming future that you're hoping to seize, or just your general life, as long as you are being intentional, as long as you are open to signs from the universe, you are definitely going to manifest something amazing. So let's get to your last card today. Universe, what does pile 1 need to know? Your last card is believing in spiritual guidance gives me certainty and the freedom to keep dreaming even when I can't yet see the result. Definitely another echo of your Two of Wands reverse card. You really need to trust the universe. Now, everyone has slightly different spiritual beliefs. This is even true within traditional religions and families and communities. Like, everybody perceives spirituality in a different way. And so you need to trust that however your spirituality manifests in your life, that it is working for your good. And when you accept those messages that you're receiving, whether it is through spirit guides, your intuition, prayer, whatever spiritual practices that you prefer, it is going to give you a peace of mind, and it's going to help you see how to align your day or your day-to-day life with this ideal future for yourself. So really, really amazing, pile 1. You have just a glorious pile, and I can't wait for you to manifest this and seize your day. If you resonated with this reading, be sure to like and subscribe for more. I hope to see you again. Hello, pile 2, my clear quartz pile. We are going to go ahead and get started by pulling 3 cards from the Mystic Mondays Tarot deck, just to get a general idea about what you need to know on seizing your day or your day-to-day life. Universe, what does pile 2 need to know? What does pile 2 need to know? Your first card is the Queen of Swords reversed. This is a card of emotional instability, or, which is what I think is true in your pile, not being so harsh, not being so rational when it comes to your inner thoughts. I think that you may be beating yourself up, that you may be trying to rationalize everything, and this is actually really hurting you. You actually do need to be more emotional. You need to feel the feelings, because I think that you are allowing yourself to be dead inside. Perhaps you are focusing too much on productivity, or you're focusing too much on achievement, and that is actually really, really hurtful. You need to focus more on positive emotional experiences and not so much on achievement. That's going to be how you can seize the day, because you need to seize your happiness first. So let's get the next card. Let's get the next card, Universe. What do you want pile 2 to know? What does pile 2 need to know? Your second card is the 10 of Swords reversed. This is about overcoming ruin. So pile 2, this is shaping up to be an amazing spread for you. What you really need to focus on is accepting your emotions, allowing yourself to feel the feelings, because that's going to help you recover from any past pains or any difficulties that you're currently experiencing, and it's going to help you avoid problems. I think that you are so disconnected from how you feel that even if you achieve something, or even if you are really, really productive, it's not actually matching what you need to happily live your life. For example, I have a really rare sleep disorder. I can't wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning like I used to. It's actually physically impossible for me to do so. And if I were to push that, it would give me severe sleep deprivation, and I would probably actually die if I kept doing it. That's how severe my sleep disorder is. But when I'm so focused on trying to do things the way that other people do them, it's not matching my personal needs. And for you, pile 2, that's what I am seeing. You are trying to achieve something, you're trying to emulate something when it comes to seizing your day, but that doesn't match what you need. That doesn't match what would actually work for you. And one way that you can understand how to personalize your life is to actually trust your feelings. Some things do work for other people. They just do, but they're not going to work for you. So use your emotions as a guide. Let's get your third card. Pile 2. Universe, what does pile 2 need to know? All right, your third card is the Queen of Pentacles reversed. So I see two things here. The first is that you shouldn't try to balance everything in your life. Some things are just going to take more of your time. It's going to require more of your emotions, your energy, all of that. Perhaps you are going to care more about your work. Perhaps you're going to care more about your family, your friends, your community, your hobbies. It's okay to not try to give everything equal time and equal effort. You are allowed to just focus on one thing or to let that take up most of your time. And I think that's because you're so focused on achievements when it comes to seizing your day that you don't recognize that what you value may not be what other people values, and that's perfectly fine. Focus more on what you value, pile 2. So yes, a really good pile. This is not a negative pile. There may seem like there are negative messages here, but that's just the universe asking you to check yourself to make sure that you are actually happy. So focus less on rationality, think more about your emotions. You're going to overcome any current challenges you're experiencing or any past traumas that you've faced, anything like that. And the way that you do that, the one thing that you need to focus on is the thing that gives you the most joy and the most life. You are allowed to make that the center of your life. Now, that doesn't mean that you're going to be irresponsible everywhere else in your life, but even if something would seem silly to value to other people, it's okay for you to value that. You should value that. So what we are going to do now is pull 4 oracle cards. The first 2 oracle cards are from the Work Your Light oracle deck, and this is how you can work with the energy in your spread to seize your day. So universe, what does pile 2 need to know? What does pile 2 need to know? Okay, your first card is take a break with the wisdom message of a life's work, not a season, and get off the treadmill. So this is definitely echoing your entire spread. You are like a hamster on a wheel. You are just running and running and running in place, and maybe you are achieving things. It may not be that you are actually failing, but it doesn't feel like achievement to you because it's not centered on your values. So one way that you can definitely get in the right alignment for your life is to take a break. Don't focus so much on achievements. Just enjoy your life. Have some leisure. Stop trying so hard. And that may seem like you're not making any progress. It may even seem like you're not making progress on your values, but once you remove all that noise, all that treadmill noise of your life, you are going to naturally gravitate towards what you value the most. So take a break, and your intuition will help you slowly slide into what is of the greatest value in your life. So pile 2, let's get to your second oracle card. Universe, what does pile 2 need to know? All right, your second oracle card here is Dance with Life. Do something to change your energy. So yes, part of taking a break and part of embracing your emotions and your values, it's definitely going to have a positive and actually a radical change on who you are. It's going to change the vibrations in your body to be higher, and it's going to help you just attract greater things in life. So I do think when you're focused on the things that don't matter to you, there's going to be a little bit of rejection there when it comes to you. There's going to be a little bit of avoidance. There's going to be a little bit of ungratefulness because it's not something you actually value. And when you have all these negative feelings bottled up, it's going to make it really difficult to keep your vibrations high, even if you are materially successful. And over time, this is going to sort of shatter your life. You're going to feel more and more unlucky. Think of the person who goes to college to become a doctor or a lawyer. They might be an amazing lawyer or doctor, but it's not what they like doing. And the more time they spend on it, the unhappier they are, and it just seems like every day is misery. That's what I'm seeing in your pile. That is what the universe is trying to tell you to avoid. Seek your happiness, and your energy is just going to go way, way up. So your final two cards are from the Super Attractor Oracle deck, and this is encouraging messages from the universe to help seize your day or your day-to-day life. So universe, what do you want pile 2 to be encouraged by? All right, your first card here is I'm in awe, with the wisdom message of I'm in awe of the magnificent guidance that's available to me. So it's possible that you may be feeling as if you have no help, that there's no one that can help you figure out what are your thoughts of achievement and what are your emotional values. But if you tap into your spirituality, you are going to get those messages. You are going to understand what is your higher purpose in life, what you should be working towards. So there are definitely a lot of ways that you can do this. There is meditation, there are spirit guides. If you are part of a religion that is more communal in nature, maybe there's a priest and a mom, a spiritual teacher that you can ask for help. There is help out there, and if you ask for it, if you do those practices, you are going to have a lot more clarity of thought. So you aren't going to be confused, pile 2. You are going to be very certain in the near future. You just have to reach out. So let's get your last card of the day. Universe, what does pile 2 need to know? Your last card is my true safety lies in the capacity to align with the love of the universe. So you're going to feel most secure when you are in this energy of love, when you are in this energy of belonging with the universe. And the reason why that is true is because you don't want to feel as if you are fighting with the universe. You don't want to feel as if you're fighting with your spirituality. You want to feel as if your life is one of harmony. And so the more you get in touch with your spirituality, the more comfort you're going to feel, the more love you're going to feel. And this may be just because you're following your true path. It could also be because you are connecting with other people, other spiritual people, or it could be that you have a relationship with spiritual beings and that just fills you with security, like you have guardian angels, you have spirit guides, you feel the presence of God. Whatever it is, pile 2, you are going to feel very secure and very happy and at peace. And when you have that feeling, you are going to be able to seize your day or your day-to-day life, and that is really exciting for you. So you have a brilliant future ahead. If you resonated with this reading, be sure to like and subscribe for more. I hope to see you again. Hello, pile 3, my tiger's eye pile. We are going to go ahead and get started by pulling 3 cards from the Mystic Mondays Tarot deck, just to get a general idea about what you need to know to seize your day or your day-to-day life. So, universe, what does pile 3 need to know? What does pile 3 need to know? What does pile 3 need to know? Your first card is the Ace of Swords. So my first impression from this card, the download I'm getting from the universe, is that there is something you're thinking of doing, and maybe it is a good idea, but for right now, it's not. You need to hold back. Now, it could be that this idea itself is just a terrible idea, or it could be that it's not the right time. Now, because this is the sword suit, I'm thinking it's an intellectual decision. It's not related to your passions. It's not related to relationships. It's really related to some sort of knowledge or way that you make decisions. So it could be your approach to productivity, how you're trying to seize the day. It could be some sort of something you've learned. Maybe what you learned isn't right, or maybe it's not appropriate towards your life. But it certainly seems, pile 3, that you need to hold back on any major decisions you're making because you don't have all the facts that are relevant to you. Let's figure out your second card. All right, your second card is the Wheel of Fortune reversed. Okay, this is definitely a confirmation from your last card that you are trending towards some sort of misfortune. Now, I do think that this misfortune is something you can completely avoid. Don't be concerned. The fact that you're getting this message now means you are probably going to avoid this entirely. But yes, whatever decision you were making, it's either the wrong approach or you don't have enough information. And if you keep pursuing it, things aren't going to work out the way that you want them to. So it definitely seems that you are going in the wrong direction. Something isn't going to work for you. So stop. You need to learn more. So let's get your third card. What does pile 3 need to know? Your third card is Judgment reversed. Okay, pile 3, this is definitely a bad judgment. I didn't want to pull more cards, but I do want to pull 2 more tarot cards to figure out if there's anything else we need to know about this situation, because it definitely seems like you are heading towards some misfortune. You can definitely avoid it just by making sure that you don't make the wrong decision. So let's pull 2 more cards to get some more context. All right, your third card here is the Six of Pentacles reversed. This is about being in debt or owing somebody something. And then let's get your fifth card. Okay, your fifth card is Ace of Wands reversed, not starting something you're passionate about. So these 5 cards, what I think is happening for you, pile 3, is whatever you're planning to do, whatever you think you should do, it's wrong for these 2 reasons. It puts you into debt. It makes you owe somebody something. Debt or owing somebody something. This could be maybe you're picking the wrong college major, maybe you're picking the wrong career, maybe you're taking out money, or you're doing something to where you can't financially afford the decision that you're making. There's some sort of financial consequences that you're not thinking about. And if this isn't directly financial, it could be related to some sort of materialistic concerns, sort of like an object that you're missing, missed career opportunities, or even bad health. The 5th card is the Ace of Wands. I think whatever decision you're making it for materialistic reasons. And I'm an earth sign. I definitely understand why you should make rational, practical decisions, but whatever you're making, it's not something you're passionate about, and that is a problem. It's one thing, for example, to go to college and be like $40,000 in debt for a career path that you would really, really love. But let's say that you go to medical school and you are $500,000 in debt, but it's something you hate doing. That's a problem, right? If you decide to leave that career, you're going to have $500,000 worth of student debt, when compared to a career that perhaps wouldn't earn as much money. Even though you would have that student debt, it wouldn't be as much as a professional degree. That is what I am seeing here. You are on the verge of making some sort of terrible decision. It seems like the right decision, the practical decision, but you're not going to be happy with it. And the universe really wants you to reevaluate the way that you're approaching seizing a particular day or seizing your day-to-day life, because you need to put more passion into it. You need to have this passion so that way you can persist even when you have challenges come your way. So you're definitely making the wrong decision. You need to change that, pile 3. And I think if you do, you're going to be happy with the way that your life is going from then on. So let's pull 4 oracle cards. The first 2 oracle cards are going to be from the Work Your Light oracle deck. And this is how you can deal with the energy in your spread. So universe, what does pile 3 need to know? Your first card is Inner Temple, Devotion, Tune into the portal of your heart. So I want you to revisit the things that you enjoy doing, your hobbies, your interests, things that you've always wanted to try, but maybe you were too afraid to try or you thought were impractical. Try them. It's going to help you get in touch with what you're truly passionate about, and you're going to be able to alter your decision making. Now, let's say that you've already made a terrible decision and you can't exactly give it up. Let's say that a person actually did go to medical school and they have $500,000 in debt and they basically have to stay as a doctor. What this person could do is make a commitment to stay for 5 to 10 years. That way they can pay off their debt and maybe pick a particular type of field of medicine or a particular location where they can either access things that they enjoy doing or helping people or a cause that they really care about, and that would be really rewarding. So tune into what matters to you. You may be making minor changes, you may be making big changes, or you may be altering your life path to transition, perhaps slowly, into a life that you would prefer instead. One thing that I've seen on YouTube that you may also be familiar with is that there are a lot of med school students who basically left medicine to make YouTube videos, especially on productivity or self-improvement. I think that is a sign that perhaps they didn't love medicine more than they loved creating content. So even people who did make a big decision like that, they can pivot, and they have pivoted, and we've seen them pivot in social media. You can do the same. So let's get your next oracle card from the Work Your Light oracle deck. And it just like popped right out. So this is no, wait, postpone, pause, say no. This is the universe telling you to say no to what you're not excited about. You may be feeling like you're on a trajectory to where you just have to accept things. Wherever you can say no, go ahead and say no. Just stop. Just stop and try to reorient your life. Try not to fall victim to the idea of the sunk cost fallacy, where if you've invested time in something, you have to keep doing it because otherwise you would waste all your efforts. You need to pivot, right? Pivot with what you can. Now, some pivots take more time than others, but with you starting to say no, you are going to be able to make those changes in your life. So let's get 2 encouraging messages from the universe from the Super Attractor Oracle deck. Universe, what does pile 3 need to be encouraged by? So your first card here is, when I'm connected to spirit, I feel a sense of certainty, magnitude, and ease that I've never known before. Now that first line, when I'm connected to spirit, I think it is very important to be aware of the material world, to be aware of your physical life. I am not someone who is a complete Gnostic. Again, I am an earth sign, so I care about the material world. It's just the way I think. But if you aren't connected to spirit, if you aren't connected to your life purpose, you are only going to make materialistic, achievement-based goals instead of spiritual goals, instead of goals that emotionally fill you, that connect you with other people. So really get in touch with your spirituality, whatever it may be. It could be something as simple as a meditation practice. It could be like a general spiritual orientation, or it could be a specific traditional religion. Whatever works for you, you need that. It's going to help you look at your life holistically, and it's going to help you separate from those more materialistic and mortal-based concerns. So let's get your last card today. Universe, what does pile 3 need to know? Here we have, each time I choose to tune into spirit, guidance of the highest truth shows up for me. So what you are going to earn and receive from your spiritual dalliance, from your spiritual guidance, is truth. And it's not just like right or wrong, yes or no. It's going to be truth that fills you with purpose, with joy and fulfillment, and it's going to help you orient yourself towards what matters most towards you. There are objective truths in this world, and it may be true, for example, that doctors earn more money than most people, but not everybody wants to be a doctor. Not everybody who would be a good doctor wants to be a doctor and would be fulfilled by that. So while objective truth matters, your subjective truth is what helps personalize this life to your experience. So trust your personal experience And the way that you do that is by connecting to your spirituality. Well, pile 3, you do have a more difficult spread, but I have complete faith that you are going to find the path that you are meant to go on. You're going to find the path that brings you joy and fulfillment. All you need to do is stand up for yourself and connect with the spiritual realm. If you resonated with this reading, be sure to like the video and subscribe for more. I hope to see you again. Hello, pile 4, my fluorite pile. We are going to go ahead and get started with 3 cards from the Mystic Mondays deck. That way we can figure out the general idea or themes to help you seize the day or your day-to-day life. Universe, what does pile 4 need to know? What does pile 4 need to know? All right, let's figure out what pile 4 needs to know to be empowered. All right, your first card is the Knight of Swords reversed. This is an impulsive energy. This could be a sign that you are perhaps being too impulsive about your future. I want to pull the second card to figure out which direction this is going in. Universe, what direction is this energy going in? What does pile 4 need to know? All right, the Devil reversed. Okay. My impression with these first 2 cards is that you need to not plan so much. Part of seizing the day is really seizing the opportunities that are in front of you. And what the Knight of Swords does is it makes you a little bit more careless, but this carelessness actually helps you not be as oppressed. The Devil reverse card is about overcoming oppression. It's about being free. It's about being your best self, and it's about not being tempted. So what I think the Knight of Swords reversed is saying is that being inspired by what comes your way right away is going to help you get outside of your head. With the Knight of Swords card, there is this airiness, there's this intellectual foundation, and I think if you get outside of your head, you're also going to get outside of the ruminating thoughts that you may have. Ruminating is when a person cycles through thoughts again and again and again, like they think of bad things and they just catastrophize and they just keep circling over it, ruminating over it again and again in their mind, and it kind of drives them crazy. And by being more impulsive, by pushing yourself outside of that rumination, you are going to free yourself from the devil that is imprisoning you. You are going to run far away. So it really seems, pile 4, that for you, seizing the day or seizing your day-to-day experience means living in the moment more. Carpe diem, just enjoy what is happening in the moment itself. So let's get the third card. What does pile 4 need to know? What does pile 4 need to know? Your third card is the Princess of Pentacles. This is about starting a new journey, a new career journey, a new health journey, a new hobby, anything dealing with the material world, but you're using what you already know, and maybe you're not an expert yet, but what you know is enough to get started. So I think you're so focused, or you have been focusing and ruminating on, are you good enough? Are you skilled enough? And maybe you aren't at the level that you should be in order to be successful, but I think by just starting, by seizing the day that you have in front of you every single day, you are going to build that experience over time, and it's going to be really rewarding for you. And part of seizing the day for you and just living as you are right now and accepting things as they come your way is that these new experiences will not only challenge your ruminating beliefs, it'll also introduce you to new things. So one of the reasons why ruminating is harmful is that it's a bit claustrophobic. It traps you in your thoughts, and by experiencing new things and trying new things, you're going to have new thoughts to work with. You're going to have new ideas and new feelings to sort through, and it's going to be really rejuvenating for you. So really exciting. This is definitely a spread about having fun, so definitely have more fun, but also be willing to try new things when it comes to work, when it comes to health, when it comes to hobbies, and it's definitely even try new food. That's something I'm getting in my mind. If there is something you've never tried before, taste it a few times. I've even heard that to try a new dish, it can take about 21 times before you really, really like it. That is my experience with tea. I hated tea growing up, but then I thought, I'm going to try it, and about 20 times, I learned to like tea. That is going to be the case for you too. So if there's something you've been avoiding and that you ruminate a lot about, just try it like 20 times, and you're probably going to have new feelings about it because you're going to have new experiences with it. So let's pull 4 oracle cards. The first 2 are going to be from the Work Your Light Oracle deck, and this is how to work with your wonderful new energy. Universe, what does pile 4 need to know? All right, pile 4, your first card is the Crumbling. What are you clinging on to? So yes, you are definitely clinging on to thoughts. It could be patterns, it could be things in your life. Is there a job that you're not passionate about? Is there habits or hobbies that they may be good for other people, but they're not serving you anymore? You need to let them go. So part of living in the present for you is making sure that the past isn't trapping you, that you're not bound to the past, that anything that you really, really dislike, but you keep doing, you're letting go of. One thing you're going to want to look into is dopamine detox, and this is basically about canceling out the heavy dopamine activities like social media and laying low from that for a while. That way you can get your dopamine stores back up and you're going to feel more joy. So I definitely want you to look into that, a dopamine detox. It's going to help you reevaluate what things that you actually truly like and what things that aren't as rewarding for you. So let's get your second oracle card from this deck. Your second oracle card from this deck is Akasha. Your guidance is divinely guided. So even though it may seem like you're not living with a plan, that you're living impulsively, I think you're going to find that what you were meant to do is going to slowly slide into place. And that's because you're figuring out what sort of things were meant for you. You're figuring out what sort of things you're naturally drawn to, rather than what you feel you have to pursue because of past experiences. So even though this spread may seem like you're just doing things recklessly, you're not doing things recklessly. What you are actually doing is you are resetting your life. You are starting with day 1, and with each day 1, you are building up a new mental framework that is going to help you. So you're going to have more positivity in your life. You're going to be more enthusiastic with your projects. And one thing that I just thought of is you are good enough. You are enough. You already have so many amazing qualities, and when you start living with this day 1 mindset, you are going to draw upon those qualities. You aren't going to assume that you need to wait like 4 or 5 years before you're going to be good enough. You are good enough. Maybe you're not an expert yet, but you're good enough to get started, and you're good enough to make amazing progress. So get started. Now, the last thing we're going to do today is draw 2 cards from the Super Attractor Oracle deck, and these are encouraging messages from the universe that you need to hear. Universe, what does pile 4 need to hear? All right, your first card is my super attractor power comes from how I feel, my faith and love, and the joy I put out. So this is definitely vibrations. If you haven't already looked into law of attraction, that is something you should look into. But basically, the more that you learn how to regulate your emotions, the greater you're going to be able to attract things into your life. And this is part of the reason why this day one mindset is going to help you. It's going to push out all of that rumination, and you're going to be a blank slate. And with that blank slate, you are going to be able to fill your mind with things that matter to you, with things that uplift you, and that's going to attract more of that good stuff to you. Let's get your last card. Universe, what does pile 4 need to know? All right, your last card is, I feel my way into faith one step at a time. So you have today, you have tomorrow, you have next week, but each day you take as the day it is. And if you do that, you are going to step into a brilliant future. And one way to think about that is maybe you do have like these really amazing long-term plans, and that's fine. But what I want you to do each morning is to write down 1 to 3 goals that you're going to focus on and things that you can achieve in that day. So if you were writing a novel, for example, you wouldn't write down on your to-do list, write novel. You would put down, write 500 words. And then as soon as you get that done, you check it off. And what this does is it lets you take each day one step at a time, and you're going to see how you can pursue your life, pursue your goals in a way where there is always a success condition. And those success conditions, those small achievements, are going to build up in a powerful and amazing way. So pile 4, you have a really exciting spread. It seems like you are going to be stepping into brilliance, happiness, and just absolute fulfillment. I really look forward to this for you. If you resonated with this reading, be sure to like and subscribe for more. I hope to see you again.